The incarnation theme in Naruto is one of the main plotlines. Indra and Ashura laid the foundation, Madara and Hashirama established it, Naruto and Sasuke resolved it. In between, however, there is another generation. One that radically breaks the usual pattern. Kakashi, the Sasuke who remained good, and Obito, the Naruto who turned evil. In this video, we will explore Kishimoto's most underrated plotline. Why the dynamic and resolution of Obito and Kakashi is the best in the series, and how the Kamui became the perfect metaphorical representation of their development. The counterparts of each incarnation are characterized by the same personality traits. Indra, on the one hand, is an introverted, serious, and very talented person. Ashura, on the other hand, is an extroverted, joyful, optimistic, and less talented character. In many ways, they're the opposites of each other. This description of Indra and Ashura continues through each generation after them, with minor deviations. Hashirama was at least equally, if not more talented than Madara. The same goes for Naruto, but their most important characteristics are the same. The talented, strong loner on the one side, and the less talented, extroverted, social butterfly on the other side. Based on these characteristics, it became clear who was destined to be the villain and who would become the hero. Kakashi and Obito, however, broke the script. In their childhood, we perfectly witnessed that Kakashi had the Indra personality and Obito had the Ashura traits. So, based on that, and how it was with Hashirama, Madara, Sasuke and Naruto, Kakashi would have to become the villain, and Obito would have to become the hero. That's the obvious assumption, but things turned out differently. Obito became the villain, and Kakashi remained on the good side. Given this turn of events, it's worth taking a closer look at them. The following part is my favorite. The evolution of Kamui in Obito and Kakashi illustrates the general character progress and marks the crucial turning points of their development. So let's break it down. Obito gave Kakashi his Sharingan shortly before he had to be left behind. Madara planned everything and saved Obito to make him his disciple. Eventually, Obito and Kakashi experienced Rin's tragic death together. Both Obito and Kakashi awakened the Kamui. Obito's awakening of the MS marks the death of his old self and the birth of his villain persona. There was no trace of Ashura left within Obito's personality. Kakashi was once more confronted with the traumatic loss of a close person, following his father and Obito himself. Rin's death really weighed on him, but against all odds, Kakashi didn't turn evil. He did largely retain the Indra personality, but the core of his character consisted hope and optimism, usually associated with Ashura. Going on with the story, Obito took the persona of Madara Uchiha and continued the preparations for the infinite Tsukuyomi. Kakashi continued his ninja career, and one day he became the sensei of Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto, as the literal incarnation of Ashura, shared his personality traits. Kakashi instantly recognized that Naruto had the same spirit as Obito. Now we have to make a huge step forward. The fourth great ninja war is underway. Naruto just destroyed the mask. The Obito reveal shocked everyone. Until now, Kakashi and Obito used the Kamui in their advantage. Although having different Kamui abilities, Obito and Kakashi were connected the whole time through their shared dimension. Obito's Kamui made him almost invincible. He could fight against anyone and even stomped high-class ninjas. He had no real difficulties fighting against multiple top-tier fighters. His mastery of Kamui made him one of the strongest. Kakashi's Kamui was also very useful, but nowhere near Obito's level of mastery. But on the whole, it really doesn't matter how good Obito's mastery is, or how strong Kakashi could have been with an Uchiha body. The full potential of the Kamui cannot be reached without the eyes coming together. Only when the separated parts come together again, wholeness is achieved. The divided state of Kamui represents the state of character progress by Kakashi and Obito. Both still have not reached personal wholeness. Obito was far away from being himself. He was deeply consumed by his Madara persona. The death of Rin made him disconnect with his true self, his original Ashura personality. Kakashi wasn't as far disconnected from reaching wholeness as Obito was. He still didn't turn evil, continued to fight for the good side, and therefore never lost hope for the world. But that's not everything. Naruto played a huge role for Kakashi. Naruto, as the bearer of Kid Obito's spirit, was a constant reminder for Kakashi that his refusal to give up hope for the world was the right decision. Kakashi said himself that Naruto gave him hope for the future. But Naruto also played a huge role for Obito. During the 4th Ninja War, Obito also saw his old self mirrored inside Naruto. As we can see, Naruto attracted Kakashi and Obito because of his Ashura personality. Both of them wanted to reaffirm their worldviews through Naruto. Kakashi did everything to protect him. He would have sacrificed himself for Naruto at any moment. Obito wanted to do the opposite. He tried his best to break Naruto, so that Naruto would have the same realization he had when Rin died. Naruto's fate was equally important for Kakashi and Obito. To Obito's disappointment, Naruto didn't lose hope. Neji's death was the moment when Naruto could most easily have broken down. But because of Hinata's support, he was able to carry on. Obito wasn't able to confirm his beliefs through Naruto. What he did manage to do, however, was to become the Jubi. When Obito became the Jubi, he entered the final stage of activating the infinite Tsukuyomi. At that point, he was the closest to fulfill Madara's dream, which conversely means that he was the farthest away from his Ashura personality. In that moment, Obito could no longer use the Kamui. Kishimoto's underlying metaphorical language is truly outstanding. The only last thing, which was Obito's unique and original power, his Kamui, vanished in the moment he fully committed to realizing Madara's dream. Obito's own MS became an empty, useless remnant. That perfectly describes Obito's state of character. With the Jubi transformation, he didn't have a change in attitude, but he definitely doubled down. Usually, there is no comeback after becoming a Jubi. Obito is almost fully swallowed by his Madara persona to this extent at this point that his own unique ability had become incompatible. By the way, if you enjoy what you're watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I made similar analysis videos in the past and more videos are on the way. For Obito, this is rock bottom. And from here on out, Obito will reconnect with his Ashura personality. Before we elaborate how the two, Obito and Kakashi, reach the end of their personal development, we must first talk about Naruto as the key. Although Obito's mask was already destroyed, Naruto kept talking about how he still wanted to destroy his mask. By that, he obviously talks about Obito's Madara persona. Intuitively, Naruto probably felt that Obito wasn't living his true self. Kakashi also repeatedly distinguished between the old Obito and the new Obito. He spoke with great respect about the old Obito, and therefore he had to eliminate the new Obito. Essentially, Naruto and Kakashi had the same goal, trying to reconnect Obito with his true self. The difference was that Kakashi took it literally, in contrast to Naruto, who meant it in a metaphorical sense. Naruto and Obito had their conversation in the dream world, and Naruto was able to make the Madara persona dissolve. Therefore, Obito could once more be his true self. Now you might ask, how exactly did Naruto do it? There is a coherent explanation, but I'd like to save it for my upcoming shadow analysis of Obito. I'll just say one thing. Naruto and old Obito are not the same. There's one crucial difference between the two. Obito reconnecting with his Ashura personality simultaneously meant the separation of his Jubi powers. Obito became good again. He joined forces with Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke, etc. to defeat Madara. Going back to the visual language of the Kamui, Obito wasn't just able to use the Kamui again. Through a chain of events, he even got the other half of his MS. Because of Naruto, Obito could fulfill his character development. And him having the two Kamuis symbolized the wholeness he had achieved. Kakashi also had his road to wholeness. As I explained earlier, Kakashi tried to eliminate Obito, but that wasn't the right path. Kakashi shouldn't have been obsessed with eliminating new Obito. Instead, he should have tried his best to reconnect Obito with his true self, just like Naruto did. Because of Naruto and Minato, Kakashi was able to forgive Obito and acknowledge that Obito has found himself again. Finding peace with Obito was Kakashi's last major step in his development. Kakashi had his own eye symbolism. He did lose his Sharingan, but Naruto healed it, which represents Kakashi's own wholeness. People might think that Obito wasn't able to use the full potential of his MS because Kakashi, after Obito's death, had the Susanoo, Kamui Shuriken, Kamui Shidori, and so on. But that's not true. Obito, with the double Kamui, harnessed the most he could. The reason why he didn't have a Susanoo was because at the time of awakening the MS, it was split between two different people. In order to awaken the Susanoo, the two MS need to be in the same person in the moment of awakening. Later, when Kakashi awakened Kamui once again, it was as if it were the first time, just like when Rin died. Therefore, he could use the Susanoo and other extra Kamui abilities. Because of that, both reached the full possible potential with their Kamuis, representing their personal development. So, there are many reasons why the Kakashi and Obito conflict is so fascinating. It breaks and flips the pattern of incarnation, it has an incredible underlying visual language, and it fits perfectly into the overall story. But what I find most fascinating about the conflict are the timing and conclusion. Obito and Kakashi heavily interacted with the old and new generation. Obito has a strong connection to Madara, and Naruto played a major role for both of them. The main generations of the Indra and Ashura cycle never had that kind of confrontation. For example, we've hardly seen Hashirama and Naruto interact with each other. And even if there were confrontations, as it was with Madara, Sasuke and Naruto, it felt very shallow, completely lacking the depth Obito, Kakashi and Naruto had. Furthermore, the conclusion of Obito and Kakashi was a bittersweet alternative to that of Naruto and Sasuke, and it fits perfectly into the lineage. Indra and Ashura ended on bad terms. During their regular life, Madara and Hashirama also ended on bad terms. At the end of the Fourth War, they somewhat found peace as war buddies. Kakashi and Obito ended on good terms, but Obito still died. Naruto and Sasuke had the happy ending. As we can see, Kakashi and Obito is more than a what-if of Naruto and Sasuke. It's a very well executed bridge generation, which purposefully breaks the pattern Kishimoto himself implemented. In my opinion, it doesn't have to hide itself from the Pain arc or the Itachi reveal. The Obito-Kakashi conflict is very underrated and one of the best things Kishimoto wrote.